Having drip content in a membership site really isn't that hard, especially when you use WordPress and our Member Genius plugin that you can get inside of IncomeMachine.com. We'll configure some sequential upgrades and use those to drip content right now. Now, real quick, a warning about drip content. Your site that people are paying money for, people are paying monthly for, isn't Facebook. And buyers aren't going to check it every single day or multiple times a day. So, you don't need to have something that comes out on day one, another video that waits until day two to appear, another video that appears on day three. You don't have to do that because it's frustrating if someone joins your site and they only get 2% of what you have to offer and then 4%. So what you should do is give a bunch of things up front, and then dripping is still good because you can drip once a month or maybe even 3 times a month, which makes for every 10 days. But this makes it simple for you because this way you'll only need to set up maybe 10 or 12 or 30 drip rules, and that'll last you an entire year. Think more about what people will lose if they quit your site and less about what they'll gain if they wait around in your site. It is good to have both the carrot and the stick. If someone waits around, they get more, but it's more of a motivator that someone will lose a tool or a template if they cancel access to your site. Now let's get to that sequential upgrade we talked about. We're going to click and install a blogging software platform called WordPress, and then we'll get it access to IncomeMachine.com and grab the Member Genius plugin. And this out of the box allows us to protect our content. We'll go to the posts, add new screen, and add some pages or posts to protect. Then we'll protect it, and then we'll set up our months or our upgrade levels. Now let me show you a couple of screens here. Now the first one is IncomeMachine.com. This is where you can go and scroll down to the bottom and you can get your access to get your Member Genius plugin and more. Once you click on either of your choices to buy and get your access, here's the members area for Income Machine where we teach you how to build a list, market to your list, take payments, lots of cool stuff. But if we go to Tools, Member Genius, this is where you can grab that plugin to install on your WordPress site. If you haven't ever used WordPress, that's okay. Let's show you real quick. Here is now a site called Membership Newbie where I want to set up my membership site, and I'll put it in the members folder, which you can see we don't have one of those. So I'll go to the site I'm at /cpanel and log in, scroll down and choose this quick install link, click install WordPress, and then install WordPress. Great. And then I just fill in the URL where I'm going to have this WordPress blog, put in my details, put in my username, and just like that, it will add a WordPress blog to membership newbie /members. It's done. I have a username to log in. I have a password to log in. I can click on this, and let me just back up to the .com level of the site. We now have a members folder here, and if I left click on the members folder, well great, now a WordPress blog is here. I can go to login, put in my details, and I can grab the password that they created for me. So I will put that in there and I will log in. Great. Now this is normally where you could add posts and things like that, but we want to install the plugin. I can left click on plugins here, and there's some stuff here out of the box, but no Member Genius plugin. That's where the Income Machine members area comes in. We have a license key we'll need in a second, but what's important is this zip file. Right click, save link as, and let's put it on the desktop. That way we can easily get to it. Great, it's saved. We're on this plugin screen. Click add new. Click upload plugin. Choose file. And then we want the one we just saved. We're going to install this Member Genius plugin. Great, it's on there. I click to activate it, and we'll make sure to put in our details there. Save that, it's auto filled in, and great. So we didn't do anything else. All we did was we installed WordPress, installed this Member Genius plugin. I'll view the site and see what we've got. Well, now they've added this membership detail, and now we have a way to log in and log out of our site. See, now we're going back to the member site and we can't even look at anything on the site. without it asking for our details. So I'll fill those in again. Then, if we go to our Member Genius dashboard, we can see that we have a level to control our content called full, but right now we have no members on our site. So we've installed WordPress and then we've installed the Member Genius plugin. Next, we'll go to Posts, Add New, and add in some content to protect for our membership site. We'll go New Post, and I'll call this Module 1, first module, and then Publish. Great. Then I'm going to add another post, call this Module 2, say this is the next module. And you notice how this is automatically saying, well, we're going to give access to members only, and we're going to have someone who's on the full level access to this. So click Publish, we've got that. And then we'll add another module to make sure that we've got enough stuff to play with. So third and final module here. So we publish that. And then one thing, just to not get too off track, you see how like there's the year and the month and the date in the link. I don't like that. So I'll go to Settings, Permalinks, and change the date and make it just the post name. Take that right out of there. Great. All right. Now we look at the posts we've created. We've got a post for Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. And we want to protect this content. So we'll go to our Member Genius area, go to the Content tab, and we can say, okay, well, Module 1, 2, and 3 are on the full level, or let's see, that yes, they're protected and they're on this full level. Great. But I want to, instead of giving people everything all at once, I want to drip it out. So we can do this levels, and let's delete this full level. Okay, and I'll make a level, and we'll call this level 1, and we'll make it just like that. And then we'll go and make a level 2, make it just like that, and then we'll make a level 3. Great. So we installed WordPress, Member Genius, added our posts. Next, we're going to protect we protected the content, and then we are going to set up months or upgrade levels. So we went Posts, Add New, and created a post called Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, and then we're just going to make sure by going back to the Content tab again that those posts are protected, so that if someone is logged out of the site, they can't view it. So go to Content, and we can say on level 1, if they're on level 1, they can only see Module 1. Save that change. If they're on level 2, now they can, whoops, we need to go and fix that. So uncheck the all posts and pages there. Great. So content, now level 1, they're on Module 1. If they're on level 2, they can see Module 2. Save that one. And then if they're on level 3, now they can see Module 3. Okay, so now it should be pretty easy to follow. If they're on level 1, they see Module 1. If they're on level 2, they see Module 2. If they see level 3, they're on Module 3. And then if they log out, they see nothing, right? So we can even unprotect this Hello World post here and look at the site. So we see Module 3, Module 2, Module 1, and all this. And now if we log out of the site, now we just see this Hello World post here, and now we can log back in. So let me log back into the site. So what we just did was we created some posts, and I mean, this is good for you to get an idea, and you can always fill in the fancy videos and things like that later. But we've made it a post called Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, made sure they're protected. Then we created levels called Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3, and then added Module 1 to Level 1, added Module 2 to Level 2, and added Module 3 to Level 3. Now, why do we go to all this trouble? Well, because we can do this thing called a sequential upgrade to get drip content. What we're about to do is go over into the Member Genius Levels Sequential Upgrade tab and set it so that if someone is on the level called Level 1 for 10 days, we'll add them to Level 2. Okay, and so what we had done was we created a post for Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. Someone's on Level 1. Now they can only see that first module. And we can, if we wanted to, we can add more bonuses to that level 1 that they get right away, but they see the post for module 1. They wait 10 days, and now they're on level 2, which for now gives them just that post for module 2. We can always add more stuff to that later. They wait 10 more days, now they're on level 3. They get access to module 3, and this makes it easy for you because you can view all of your members and see how far along they are in that sequence. Anyway, level 1, 10 days, they're on level 2. Then level 2, after 10 days, they're on level 3. And what's important in what we're about to fill out is that you don't have to multiply or add your schedules here, right? So if someone's going to wait 10 days for level 2, we don't have to say wait 20 days total for level 3. Just this number is just how long they're on the latest level, right? And this will make sense in a second. But the numbers don't add up and get bigger over time. And let's try it. So we'll go to the Member Genius, let's see, Levels tab, and then Sequential Upgrade. And here's where we add the rules, right? So technically we could make it where if they join level 1, put them on level 2 instantly. But let's just say they're on level 1, then we'll add them to level 2 after, we'll make that after 10 days on that level. Great. Then once they're on level 2, they get that access for a while, and then we'll move them to or add them to level 3 after 10 days on that level as well. We'll save those changes and everything's saved. Now it's set where if someone's on level 1, they stay on level 1 for 10 days. After 10 days, now they should be on level 1 and 2. And after 10 more days, now they're on level 1, 2, and 3. And you can keep this going if you want. Make sense? I hope so. We'll make a test user to really hammer it home and go to Member Genius, Members, Add New, and add a member to level 1. And the only tricky part here is we're going to edit that user and we're going to slowly move the date that they joined level 1 back a few days to make sure the levels kicked in. Here's what I mean. Let's say that if the current day is Christmas, let's say it's Christmas morning. If today's December 25th, if someone joined your site on December 20th, that means they've been a member of your site for 5 days. All right? Now, if we move their date back and we say, well, let's rewrite history, and let's say they joined on December 10th, well, now they've been on your site for 15 days, and we can see how the upgrades played out. We can say, well, let me check if he joined the site on November 25th, and that means he's been on your site for 30 days, or she, I guess, and we can see how those rules played out. So let's make that test user and then experiment around by moving their date back further into the past, which means that they have been a member of your site for a few days longer. We'll go to the Members tab, and then we'll go to Add New Member, and I'll add my username or add a test username in here, and I'll say, well, I'm going to add this person onto level 1. Submit my registration. Oops, and I needed to make sure my password's matched. It's always important there. Great. We've got this Jason Parker user who's on level 1. And I could go and log in as that person. Let me just show you what we're dealing with here. Got membership newbie members, and we're logging in as this guy. And he has access to module 1. So far, so good. Then what we can do is click on his name, and we see that, okay, he bought level 1, he's been on for 0 days, and it's going to add him to level 2 on December 19th in 10 days. Well, let's see what happens if he joined yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. So I'm going to change this 9 to a 7. So he's been on the level for 2 days, and there's now 8 days until he's on level 2. His schedule's been moved up. Let me get even crazier, and let me make this a few weeks ago. Well, great. Now we've rewritten history, and you see how this suddenly changed? He's been on level 1 for 19 days, But 10 days in, he was added to level 2, and now he's been on level 2 for 9 days, but he's about to be triggered onto level 3. We can go and check in on that member and reload the page. And now you see he has access to Module 1 and Module 2. By the way, if you don't like the order of this, how this goes in reverse, that's easy too. We can go to our Member Genius Settings tab and say, I want to put the oldest posts on top, newest on the bottom. Click Save Changes, go and refresh his experience, and great. Now we have Module 1 and Module 2. We can then go back to the levels and the sequential upgrade, or I'm sorry, members, and edit this test user because we already have the sequential upgrade set. Oh, and by the way, we can see here just by doing this that he's on level 1 and level 2. We can see how long ago he was on there. So we can go there and just move this back, a couple more days, update that user, and then awesome. Now he's on level 1, 2, and 3. And we can see how, depending on how long someone's been a member of our site, they get access to more and more content because we set up the content, the posts or pages, we added the levels, we added that post to each level, and then set the upgrade rules, the sequential content, to add someone to the next level after 10 days or on a specific date or right away. Now we can also, when we change up our levels, we can even say that, well, let's get them to the end, and then this is going to expire after 60 days. So this is some like time sensitive stuff. This is going to expire after 60 days. We can do the same thing, and we can say, okay, well, now we can see that this level, he's going to lose access to it because he joined the level on this date. Now he'll lose access on this date. So this is the structure for it. You add the content, you add the levels, then you add the sequential upgrade, and then finally create that test user to see how these exact rules and settings play out in WordPress and Member Genius. Thanks for watching. That's how sequential content works. You can claim your copy, your access of Member Genius by joining us at IncomeMachine.com. I'm Robert Plank, and thank you.